Hey Grace family, it is a beautiful day. I hope that you are enjoying yours wherever you are. I wanted to talk to you some about this Sunday. The doors are open this Sunday, and I want to let you know what it will be like here if you're able to join us in person. It's going to be different. There are going to be some of those differences that maybe are even a little bit painful. And I don't say that in order to discourage you from coming. I really say it in order to encourage you by way of preparation. I know that if there's something that you weren't expecting and it ends up different, then it can be hard to adjust in the moment. And so I want you to know what things are going to be like so that you can be aware of that ahead of time, so that if you're here, you can really focus on enjoying being with the Lord's people. I also want to let you know so that you can make an honest decision. You may hear the things that I describe and say, you know what, that is so weird to me that I think I would be really distracted. I don't want to be distracted. I don't want to be a distraction to other people. And so I am going to continue to worship with Grace from home using the live stream. Totally legitimate to do that. We're going to continue to live stream. In fact, we are making investments to make that live stream experience even better. Come on in the building with me. I want to just let you know about a couple of things that you can expect when you're here in the morning. One is with regard to restrooms. We're going to do our best to rotate families through the restroom one at a time where that's possible. It won't be as big of a deal this time because we won't be in the building itself quite as long. It'll be a little bit shorter service than usual. The other thing that you can expect in the entryway when you come in is one or two supply stations. And on those supply stations will be gloves. If you'd like to use them, there will be hand sanitizer that you're welcome to take. There will also be masks. And I want to talk for a minute about masks. We are recommending that where practical, everyone wear masks. We know that especially for small children, that's not always practical. But we are recommending masks. Where it is practical, you'll notice that the elders are all committed to wearing masks. Bringing into the sanctuary, a couple of things that we're doing in here. One is that you will notice that there is some extra equipment around that we will be working around. We'll do our best with that. That, once again, is there for the live stream. We are asking that family units separate by 6 feet, and so you will see that the chairs are set up in such a way to accommodate that 6 feet between rows. You are welcome to share a row with another family. The one thing that we do ask to maintain that 6 feet is that you just put 3 chairs in between your family and the family that you are sharing a row with. The last thing that I want to mention is maybe the hardest, maybe the toughest judgment call in some ways for this Sunday, and that is the question of music. After extensive discussion among the elders, we've made the decision that for this Sunday, there will not be any live singing. There won't be congregational singing. There won't be any singing from the front. That should not ever be normal. We don't like it. It's a difficult decision to make, but that's the decision that we have felt is safest under the circumstances for now. We would ask for your prayer as we work creatively to roll out ways to begin singing together again as soon as possible. We want to do that. We know that you do as well. This is a time of tough judgment calls. Tough judgment calls for us as a group. Tough judgment calls individually. We all have decisions that we have to make about how we're going to handle certain things during this time. And we'll make those decisions differently from one another from time to time. That's been the case for Christians for hundreds of years. In fact, Paul wrote to the Romans about matters of conscience that they had to make and that they made differently from one another. And he wanted to encourage them to make their relationships about more than lining up with each other on the basis of making the same decisions. He writes to them about food choices. That's not what we're facing, but it's what they faced. And when Paul writes to the Romans, he says to them, "One person believes that he may eat anything, while the weak person eats only vegetables. Let not the one who eats despise the one who abstains, and let not the one who abstains pass judgment on the one who eats, for God has welcomed him. Who are you to pass judgment on the servant of another? It is before his own master that he stands or falls, and he will be upheld, for the Lord is able to make him stand. On the basis of that truth, on the basis of that guidance, he then encourages the Roman Christians, and by extension us as well, in Romans 15:7, therefore welcome one another as Christ has welcomed you for the glory of God. So whether we have the opportunity to do that together in the same building this Sunday, even under strange circumstances, whether we do that using technology, let's keep our hearts open to one another. Let's welcome one another for God's glory as Christ has welcomed us.